AWS Cloud Practitioner Certification, Technology section, Global Infrastructure. Global infrastructure is one of the topics that you are expected to know for AWS Cloud Practitioner exam Technology section. Under global infrastructure, there are a few subtopics which are regions, availability zones, edge locations, provisioning AWS resources. First, we are going to talk about AWS regions. AWS region. AWS region is a separate geographic area. I'm going to list a few of the AWS regions. US West California, US West Oregon, US East Virginia, US East Ohio, Asia Pacific Tokyo, Europe London, and so on. There are a lot of regions. How do we decide which region to select? When selecting a region, consider the following criteria. Compliance with data governance and legal requirements. For example, does your business has a compliance requirement that require the data to live in a certain region? If so, you should select that region. Second criteria, proximity to your customers. The closer your application to your customers, the faster it will respond. The third criteria, available services within a region. Some new features are not available in all the regions. So you should check if the feature that you are interested are available within the region that you are interested. Fourth criteria, pricing. Due to the tax structure of some geographical areas, pricing can vary. Next topic, availability zone. An availability zone is a single data center or a group of data centers within a region. The purpose of availability zones is to increase the availability of applications. If one availability zone goes down, an application can still run on another availability zone. The best practice is to run an application across at least 2 availability zones. Next topic, edge location. Edge locations are data centers that AWS maintain in addition to availability zones and regions. The purpose is providing a closer connection to the users. The services that utilize edge locations are AWS CloudFront, Global Accelerator, and Route 53. CloudFront uses edge locations to cache content closer to the customers. Caching data closer to the customer is called Content Delivery Network. Global Accelerator uses edge locations to provide user closer and faster connection to your application. With Global Accelerator, users bypass the public internet and connect to your application through the AWS network. Route 53 is a DNS service which translates a domain name to an IP address. CloudFront can work with Route 53 to route users to the nearest edge location to access content. Next topic, provisioning AWS resources. There are multiple tools for interacting with AWS resources such as AWS Management Console, AWS Command Line Interface called CLI, AWS Software Development Kits called SDKs, AWS CloudFormation, etc. In the backend, all the tools interact with the same AWS API for managing resources. API is the abbreviation for Application Programming Interface. AWS Management Console is browser-based. It is a great way to start, but it can introduce human error. Therefore, code-based provisioning tools are recommended. AWS CLI is a terminal-based tool. SDKs are classes available for different programming languages. AWS CloudFormation is an infrastructure as code tool by which the complete infrastructure can be defined by a JSON or YAML file. Among all the provisioning methods, CloudFormation is the most professional way of provisioning.